Hi, I'm Conor Svensson, founder and CEO of Web3 Labs, and this is your Week in Blockchain on Monday, the 3rd of May 2021. The highlights this week include Tesla selling some of their Bitcoin, how the Ethereum community is helping the COVID fight in India, the European Investment Bank is planning to issue a blockchain bond, Alchemy have closed another round of funding, bringing them closer to their vision of being the AWS for blockchain, Turkey, South Korea and India clamping down on crypto, the Aave V2 launch, MetaMask wallet exceeding 5 million active users, plus what Dapper Labs plan to do next following their success with NBA Top Shots and Consensus's Decentraland headquarters. In Q1 of 2021, Tesla invested 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, then trimmed their position by 10%. The company's CFO and dubbed Master of Coin, Zach Kirkhorn, announced it earlier this week on an earnings call. That sale made 101 million positive impact to the company's profitability in the first quarter. The company does believe in the longevity of Bitcoin and they see it as an important financial tool to access cash quickly, but the reason apparently for the sale was they also wanted to check their thesis that they could actually shift Bitcoin quickly if need be. Despite all of this as well, Elon Musk has said he's still hodling onto all of his crypto investments. The Ethereum community have donated over 1.7 million in Ethereum's cryptocurrency Ether and ERC20 tokens towards India's coronavirus fight. The Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin donated over $640,000 worth of Ethereum and Maker, the stablecoin, towards a crypto-focused relief fund to help the coronavirus situation in India. Individuals in the local crypto industry as well have taken notice and are uniting others to get involved with this cause. Sandeep Nelwal, the Delhi-based co-founder of Layer 2 scaling technology firm Polygon, said that he would manage and run a COVID relief campaign to help the underprivileged in the country. The Binance crypto exchange as well has announced that it's going to offer tokenized stocks of Apple, Microsoft and MicroStrategy. So these tokenized stocks are equivalent to stable coins on the platform. They're pegged to certain underlying assets and move with their prices. Each token stock listed on Binance will represent an ordinary share of the relevant stocks. They're fully backed by the real shares, and this is managed by a German financial services company called CM Equity AG. Therefore, the holders of these tokenized stocks will also be fully eligible for returns on the underlying shares, including the dividends. On the regulation side, Turkey has announced they plan to roll out regulations in the next couple of weeks. What they want to do is create a central bank for cryptocurrency custody after two prominent exchanges locked customers out in the last week. According to reports from Bloomberg, authorities may also require exchanges to keep a certain amount of cash on hand and introduce credential requirements for exchange executives. This is in order to reduce the overall risk for investors when exchanges can't meet their obligations. We'd seen in Turkey the Bitcoin exchange Thodex suddenly stopped trading and prevented customers from making withdrawals. Some thought that this was fraud, but apparently the CEO of the exchange said it was due to cyber attacks. However, the government did detain company staff and seized computers, froze bank accounts and so on in order to actually get to the bottom of what went wrong. And also not long after this point, one of the rival exchanges called vBitcoin also stopped trading and locked users out, claiming intense transactions had put the company in a financially difficult position. This combination of factors that has led the Turkish government to sort of step in and start planning to take a lot more active action with regards to the crypto trading. In India, we've spoken previously about how the government there is planning to clamp down on crypto holdings, and there's speculation that there may be an exit window in the case of a Bitcoin ban, i.e. it gives people the opportunity to actually get rid of their Bitcoin and sell them before the actual ban comes into effect. The Norwegian Central Bank has started testing digital currency solutions. So the Norges Bank in Norway has announced they're working with a group for central bank digital currencies. What's interesting about this is that Norway believes it has one of the lowest usages of cash in the world, and it's been exploring CBDCs for a number of years. So it's very well positioned to kind of spur this next phase of research here. I've also seen in China that some Chinese banks have started promoting CBDCs over local payment firms for an upcoming shopping festival. So some of the largest state banks in China are actively promoting the digital yuan as a superior means of payments as opposed to the country's two leading payment providers, Alipay and WeChat Pay. Apparently 6 of China's China's largest banks have been promoting this from a report in Reuters this week. JPMorgan have also announced that they're going to be offering an actively managed Bitcoin fund to certain clients, becoming the largest bank to embrace crypto as an asset class. The JPMorgan Bitcoin fund could roll out as soon as this summer, according to sources familiar with this. And South Korea is threatening to shut down all crypto exchanges amidst the growing crackdown there. The head of South Korea's financial regulatory agency has said that all crypto exchanges operating in the country could be shut down later this year. Seoul's tax collection department kicked off the crackdown last week with the seizure of 25 billion won. That's over $20 million from over 600 tax evaders holding their assets in cryptocurrency. Korea's financial watchdog has also ordered employees to disclose their crypto holdings, and their finance minister has said that taxing crypto is inevitable next year. South Korea has been one of the most active crypto markets in the world, and so all of this jurisdiction and this scrutiny suddenly coming in the market there, it'll be fascinating to see how this actually affects the dealings there. As a result of all of this action, we've also seen the price difference, or what's called the kimchi premium, between crypto assets in South Korea and other regions actually come down as well to be par there. So it's definitely having ramifications on the local market. The European Investment Bank has also announced that it plans to issue digital bonds on Ethereum. They've said that they plan to issue roughly $120 million in digital bonds. The transaction is being held by Goldman Sachs, Santander and Societe Generale. Ethereum also hit all-time highs shortly after the news. The former Ethereum co-founder and founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, has also announced this week the launch of an enterprise blockchain framework to provide financial services to billions of people living in African countries. Working initially with the Ethiopian governments, they've launched this Attila framework, which is similar to the Hyperledger Fabric framework. What they're trying to do is focus less on Fortune 500 companies and more on governments in developing countries. The intent is that the framework can be used for real-world use cases such as property registration, voting systems, and supply chain management, but it does also focus too on the digital currency adoption. So there's obviously huge scope within parts of Africa where there is less sophisticated infrastructure to actually build some very, very innovative platforms here utilizing blockchain. So it's a very smart move by Cardano to actually get into this space and work directly with the Ethiopian government. In the UK, Craig Wright's claim of inventing Bitcoin is being considered by a UK court. This is because of a copyright infringement he alleges on the bitcoin.org website for hosting a copy of the white paper. Basically, the owner of the actual who ran the site refused to remove the white paper following Craig Wright's demand. And so hopefully for the sake of the wider market, given that Craig Wright has so far been unable to actually prove his role in the creation of Bitcoin, that it won't actually go any further than this. Apparently in April, the crypto exchange volumes hit a new all-time high. Crypto exchanges have seen 1.3 trillion in volume, according to data collected by The Block, which is the highest ever they've seen on record. This eclipses the previous all-time high that was seen in February of this year. The other thing is that this figure also represents the third month in a row that volumes have exceeded 1 trillion of crypto assets. We mentioned last week about staking as well, and the expectations is that staking of cryptocurrencies is going to double to be an 18.9 billion market by 2022. That will be up from 10 billion last year. This has come from a Ethereum infrastructure firm named Stake. And the fascinating thing here, of course, is that staking earns real yield on crypto assets. And so what they said in the report is that stakers have been earning yields typically between 4% and 34% in a quarter. So with those sorts of returns, it's only going to grow in interest there, especially as more and more people start holding cryptocurrency, but also the on-ramp to being able to stake becomes easier and easier. In the NFL, the number one draft picks, Trevor Lawrence, has joined Blockfolio and received a signing bonus paid out in Ethereum and Solana. This is a significant deal because this is the first actual athlete to receive a significant amount of their signing bonus in cryptocurrency, and it will actually be deposited directly into the player's Blockfolio account. Under the terms, Lawrence will help educate newcomers with cryptocurrencies, showing them how they can use the Blockfolio app to actually buy, sell and trade cryptocurrencies. Additionally, in the NFL, Sean Culkin of the Kansas City Chiefs has become the first NFL player to convert their entire salary to Bitcoin. The Gemini exchange has partnered with Mastercard and WebBank to unveil a crypto rewards credit card, where Gemini credit card holders will earn up to 3% cash back in Bitcoin on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% on other purchases. There's been significant interest in this offer from Gemini, with over 140,000 people on the waiting list. The South Korean and Japanese gaming giant Nexon has invested 100 million in Bitcoin. The purchase represented less than 2% of its total cash and cash equivalents on hand, the firm added. According to their CEO, they see that Bitcoin offers long-term stability and liquidity in the current economic environment while maintaining value for the company. So the decentralized insurance firm Nexus Mutual has followed the DeFi activity to Polkadot, Cosmos and Binance Smart Chain by actually expanding its coverage beyond Ethereum, which was the original focus of its offering. Basically what they do is they provide a yield-bearing pool of funds that's locked in a blockchain to pay for claims, sharing the risk among participants. This has really come from the fact that there's more and more protocols emerging which people are developing apps on top of. JPMorgan, DBS and Temasek have formed a new blockchain firm to improve cross-border payments. This is dubbed Partior, and the plan is that it will resolve pain points or frictions of payments, trade and foreign exchange and settlement using blockchain technology. How this ties in with their Onyx payments platform from JPMorgan is not clear at this point. The AWS of Blockchain Alchemy has raised 80 million and they plan to add new chains to their platform. They announced that they'd raised an 80 million Series B funding, which was valued the company at over 500 million. PAXOS as well have raised 300 million as it looks to onboard more PayPal-sized clients. This raise will help the firm, which powers PayPal's crypto offering, to onboard larger clients. They are really very focused on having the support of the regulators with what they do, and also offering clearing and settlement type services. They've become the third firm to actually nab a trust license from the US Office of the Comptroller of the Currency last week, but they are still waiting for full clearance from the SEC to operate as a clearing agency. They believe that the blockchain-based settlement business, although it's not very profitable right now, could be a very valuable long-term business model, which is where they're going to be focusing on. Moving on to DeFi, the huge growth we've seen over the course of last year and this has enabled the MetaMask wallet that is very widely used to actually shoot up to 5 million monthly active users. It hit the milestone of 1 million monthly active users only in October, so it really is testament to how many people are actually working with it. A number of taxis as well are also going to start taking crypto payments on Ethereum. The mobile payments firm HIPS and Nordic taxi payment rail, the payment house, have partnered to allow cabs in the UK and Scandinavia to accept cryptocurrency. This means that 10,000 taxis in the UK and 20,000 in Scandinavia can use the payment gateway after it debuts in beta in November. The number of addresses being used in the DeFi ecosystem has now exceeded more than 2 million. It's very important, of course, to note that this number of addresses is not active users, but at the same time it shows that there's a significant amount of activity underlying this ecosystem. The DeFi lending platform Aave as well have also announced that they're launching a liquidity mining program which is targeting the stablecoin borrowers. Basically what this means is that these people will earn what they call the STRV rewards in addition to their standard interest yield. Moving over to NFTs, there's been lots of activity here in the last week, with the Cent platform now supporting the Polygon, formerly Matic, scaling platform on Ethereum. Cent has quickly established itself as one of the firms at the forefront of the NFT space after Jack Dorsey sold an NFT on the platform for 2.9 million. Using the Polygon network will enable them to scale up, but also reduce the actual environmental footprint of their NFT activity, as well as it's no longer directly transacting with the main Ethereum blockchain by making use of the Matic scaling technology. Barbie owner Mattel as well has said that they see an opportunity in NFTs and they expect to start finding ways to actually engage with their users via this, according to their CEO. The rapper Eminem has also got into the NFT game as well, who's unveiled a NFT collection called ShadyCon. And the auction house Phillips has sold a self-replicating NFT for 4.1 million. The NFT titled Replicator is designed to create new unique tokens over the course of the next year. The artist who actually created it, Micah Doback, or Mad Dog Jones, said the piece explores how technology has changed through time. Mastercard have also announced that they're going to help consumers directly offset carbon emissions and choose better products for the environment with its blockchain-based provenance solution. This solution provides such granular detail that customers can choose a more environmentally friendly cup of coffee or sustainable t-shirt by interacting with carbon credits directly related to that item, represented by a non-fungible token on their blockchain. Binance have also announced that they're going to be launching an NFT marketplace in June. The idea here is to actually create the largest NFT trading platform in the world, with the best minting, buying and exchanging experience by leveraging the fastest and cheapest solutions, according to the head of their NFT project. Given how successful Binance have been in growing as an exchange, but also as a venue for DeFi as well, this is definitely a very significant piece of news. It's fair to say that they may well be able to succeed with bringing a significant number of people across to the platform when it launches. Sonic the Hedgehog owner Sega has also planning to launch NFTs as well, based on various assets and various IP that the company owns. The Just NFT fund that has come from Justin Sun, the founder of Tron and CEO of BitTorrent, has announced this fund for the first collections, which includes some of PAXOS works. The idea here is that these collections will be mapped to ownership of assets on the Tron blockchain, and in his view, it's the first show in history of Picasso's work on a blockchain. Hasbro have also announced that they have plans for Magic the Gathering and more. These efforts by Hasbro would presumably allow them to tokenize Magic the Gathering cards. Given how successful this game is, I think the opportunities here are very significant for them. Aavegotchi as well have said that they aim to bring their NFTs to Ethereum by July. And so how they're going to do this is they're going to actually create a bridge to the Ethereum network. They're currently using the Polygon blockchain, which we mentioned earlier on, which is one of the Ethereum scaling solutions, but they want to link it to the Ethereum mainnet by Q2 of this year, and this will enable people to transfer assets between the two different chains. Their concern is that still a lot of activities happening on the main Ethereum chain in NFTs, so it makes sense to support that. Dapper Labs as well, the creators of the CryptoKitties and the very successful NBA Top Shops, have also said what they plan to do next, and this is partner with the celebrity-driven avatar technology company called Genies to create a new marketplace on their Flow blockchain. The new marketplace will be called the Genies Marketplace and is aiming to become the Amazon of digital wearable NFTs, where celebrities and ultimately users can create and sell digital NFTs. They plan to launch the beta version of this sometime in the third quarter. And then finally, Consensus have made a foray into the Decentraland metaverse. They actually had a company meetup towards the end of last month where they met up in Decentraland for a company-wide gathering in the metaverse. Decentraland's a fully decentralized virtual world which became open to the public in 2020. Consensus actually moving this company-wide meeting there is really them kind of embracing this metaverse technology and bringing their staff together in a new place where they actually have a headquarters that have been built. It'll be great to see other companies following suit and seeing how they can kind of experiment with these new decentralized metaverses, so to speak. In terms of our metrics, it's been another big week where we've seen the crypto market capitalization is up now at 2.21 trillion. That's an increase of over 20%. The assets locked in DeFi is up to almost 70 billion, which is an increase of almost 30%. The NFT sales average price and volumes have stayed pretty constant, with an average price of just over $1,300 and volume of over 26,000 NFTs. That's all we have for this week. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. Links to all items discussed are available on the show notes and on our website, weekinblockchain.com. We're also hosting a weekly Clubhouse room every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK time if you'd like to discuss any of the items we've covered here. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.